Hey everybody, hope you're doing pretty well. Today we're going to be doing a video about some of the updates that have come to Sparkswap and the launch of their Spark 404 NFT token. And if you don't know a lot about 404 tokens, then I'm going to be able to teach you a little bit about those. So even if you're not sure you want to get into this, you might want to know about the 404 token that is coming tomorrow here on Sparkswap. So we have 16 hours till this goes live. Hopefully I'll get it out and you'll still be at least over 15 hours. But let's get into a 404 token and what that is and what you need to know. So this 404 tokens, I'm going to go ahead and leave a link to this description so you can come and check it out. But the kind of idea on these tokens is they're kind of like NFTs that are non-fungible while being fungible because they are connected to a token, which makes them have high liquidity. So what does this kind of mean? Basically, what you're going to end up doing is getting a token in your wallet where you have to hold one whole token in order to have one of the NFTs. When you buy one whole token, the system mints an NFT and sends it to your wallet. If you sell half of that token, your NFT is then burned and put back into circulation to be reminted. This means that while these tokens are in a lower value, people will usually be holding 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of these and hoping for these NFTs to go up or down in value. Now, these have been launched. The very first one was on Pandora, and they did their 404 token, and then it reached quite a big amount of like $20,000. The interesting thing about having a $20,000 NFT that is a 404, not saying these are going to go there, guys, no financial advice here, but you're able to speculate on them with smaller amounts of money. Let's even use a smaller example. Let's say you have $100 and a Spark 404 NFT ends up being worth $1,000. And then you go ahead and you decide you'd like to put some money into these because they seem to be popular. People seem to be doing things with them. So you go ahead and buy $100 worth of the token that you would need to have a Spark 404. You don't have an NFT, but the NFT project continues to get hyped up and it goes from a $1,000 NFT to a $2,000 NFT. Well, now that same share of the NFT that you bought is worth twice as much money, even though you never owned an NFT. This is the value of the ability of owning the 404 NFTs. The other thing is, let's say you own a couple of them. You own 2, 3, 4. So you have 4 of these tokens in the wallet. You bought them for whatever their mint price was. We don't know what that is. It's going to be under $150. We know that because they said it was going to be lower than their Cedo Swamp one that they launched. And it could, and it skyrockets to that first 1,000, right? You bought it for, say, $100. You bought 4. Now you're sitting on $4,000. Well, now I have to list my 4 NFTs and I have to wait. And I have to wait and I have to hope someone buys mine as opposed to that one. I have to hope that, you know, they want the one that's green or they want the one that blue. No, that's not the way 404s work. I can just take those tokens, dump them for my gains. All my NFTs will be burned and put back into the pile for other people to get. And I'm now out without having to wait for one person to buy one of my NFTs. This is why the 404 technology is probably going to start to be embraced a lot more. Now, it does mean that tokens are fungible. Fungible was the word I couldn't say earlier for some reason on one aspect, but they're also non-fungible on one other aspect. Now, the thing I will explain here basically is that what's non-fungible about these guys. These are their Sparkies that they are minting. Every one of these is a unique NFT. You will even see that their glasses are unique in some way or another. Their little extra features are unique. They have said that all 10,000 of these are different. Now, they also have different rarities. Those kind of things are not necessarily fungible. They have created these NFTs. They will be, you know, like if this was the only 6 that were going to be ever, these would be the only 6 ever, and you'd have to own one of the tokens to get one of these. And then if you burn that token, then that one would go back into the stuff for you to be able to get minted, and then you would be able to, somebody else would be able to buy up one token, and then that one would get minted to them. So what has changed though with the Spark 404 is they've added in some reflections so that if you own one of these, you'll eventually get to own another one. There is a 7% fee on both buying and selling the token. So that means you have to pay a little bit more than one full token to buy one of these. You have to sell. When you sell it, you're going to get hit with a little bit of a fee if you do the token trading. There is going to be a marketplace though for these. So if you get a rare one, you can sell it for even more. They made this kind of graphic to kind of let you know what this is. You know, a 404, like I said, it's an ERC20 token plus an NFT. So it's a token thing. So this is the example where they're saying if you hold less than a 1, then it's just like you're holding a token. It can go up in value or down in value. And you can have those gains or those losses. And, you know, it's up to you to decide when you want to get in and get out. Now, remember, this is a reflection token with a 7.5% buy and sell tax, which means you do need a 15% move to the upside before you could get positive just holding this token. I just want to make sure you guys are aware of that. But that is also a neat gamification within these tokens, because it means that if you are holding these tokens, you have reflections coming to you. The other thing that allowed them to do is when you have reflections and you have rarity, you can get extra rarity. Now they have a full breakdown of all the different kind of rarities and the different types. They are doing a special thing where if you get every single rarity and every single type and hold them in your wallet, you get access to a special staking platform with them. We have no idea what kind of returns those are going to be or what that is. It is kind of a hidden bonus, but it is here that you're going to be able to get to a secret staking contract where you'll receive additional bonuses on reflections. I'm guessing what that means is that you're going to end up, if you get them all and you stake them into this contract, proving that you will hold them all forever, then these percentages are going to go up. So this is kind of an idea of what you would get. They break down some examples from the 3% on the bottom side to the top one at the 10% here. At the high end that you can get. And so they kind of break down how this would all work and what you would be earning. And it's just, you know, kind of is it? Oh, no, I'm sorry. This is the percentage of the mints. I'm sorry. These are the rewards on 1,000 tokens, on the 10,000 tokens. If they were to get moved around. So they were kind of breaking them down to show you. So on the lowest one, you know, you would only get like rewards for each NFT is only like 0.15. Right here in the middle it's 1, up here at the top it's at 4.5. But if you want to see the rarity in close, you'll want to come and check this out. Now, one of the things that's kind of interesting about owning these NFTs, let's say they're going for $100 and I've got $200. I can buy one. Now I am going to have to pay $107 or $107.05 with that burn to make sure I get one full token, and that I'm able to get that. And then I can look at my NFT and go, I don't really like that one. You know, let's say I get a pink one. I go, I don't really want a pink one. So I just sell a little bit of my token to put me under one. My pink one will be burned. Then I wait a little while. I spend some more of my money to get me back over a full token, and a new NFT will be minted to me. Now, could I get this pink one back? Yes, they did warn you that if you do this at a very slow time and do it very quickly, you could get the same NFT back, because your NFT, let's say all 10,000 are minted and you burn yours, and so yours is the one that goes back into the pile and nobody else buys any to get that one minted. Or just the way the thing works, nobody makes a transaction in between what you did, and then you immediately rebuy back over one, then that same NFT could come back to you and be minted back to you. So they do suggest waiting a little while. They mentioned maybe during a slow time, either 10 or 20 minutes. Obviously, maybe you could be paying attention and really deep diving into this, but if you're just like doing it kind of casually, but then you can keep re-rolling your NFT until you get, you know, like obviously like I want this one. That would be a pretty cool one to have. Or maybe you just want the cowboy hat that's not pink. So you can keep trying to get these, and there's going to be a lot of different ones, but I'm sure there's going to be more with like a different looking cowboy hat, more with different looking antlers or headphones and things like that. So you know, they're minting an NFT, right? So how does this help Sparkswap? And what's the main function of doing this? Well, as we know, Sparkswap is a DEX. They have these these farms where you can earn very good percentages. They have launched some very interesting things. So let's just go over a little bit of what this whole ecosystem is. For starters, they have a bridge. So their bridge currently supports Pulse Chain, BSC, and Arbitrum for moving tokens back and forth. This is also soon to have the Manta blockchain. They are the owners and runner of Swap over there, where they first launched their 404s, and they wanted to let you know that over there they were able to burn half the supply of their token, because that's the only way to get the Spark 404s is to burn the Spark token. But okay, they're a bridge. They're an exchange. So they are their own exchange. You can go ahead and swap for any one of these currencies, and anyone now can come and add liquidity to their exchange. They used to be a front end for Uniswap. They're not that anymore, because now they are their own DEX where everything is within their own system. They have a lot of different farms. Some these are, they have their own ones here, paying Spark PLS at 100%, Spark DAI at 128%. They have SDAI DAI at 74%. I have a couple $100 in there. Really, I've been wanting to get more money over here. There's just a lot going on right now that I'm spending money on. They have the Pulse X pairing, 28%. They actually, BitBoy's Bro token, you may not have known this, but AJ and BitBoy did an episode together on BitBoy's show recently. It was a sponsored thing, but part of their friendship that they kind of got going now, they have one of the few farms out here for the Bro token, paying 152%. When you look down here, they have another. So this is a stable coin pair at 74%, and they have another stable coin right here, SDAI USDEXE. USDEXE is the stable coin of Dex Finance over on the other chain. And then Spark Goat. Goat is one of those forever up tokens, where it's basically you buy it with Pulse, and there's fees that make it so it always gets more expensive. And then when you redeem it for Pulse, a little bit of your Pulse is taken away. So it always pushes the token up no matter what, as long as people are at least in the amount of Pulse that the Goat token is worth. So this is basically sparking Goat, and they also have, so this is kind of like Spark and Pulse, but at 108%, instead of doing Spark and Pulse up here at 12%. So actually this one is kind of better right now, but you get the added arbitrage of the Goat token moving around. So they have all these different farms, just like any different exchange. And this is why if we take, and then now they've also launched, they have their vaults feature. This is through Dex Finance, who is also part owned by AJ and the team over here at Sparkswap and EMP Financing. These are all automated vaults. So anybody who, just a brief intro into vaults, the idea here is that you can pick one of these vaults and they will daily do automatic claims and compounds into the assets that you choose. They have a lot of different options here. They even have the stable stake ones where you're just in SDAI and Spark with a take profit of 50% while going back into the other ones. And so the idea here is you can put your farms on auto and just come back and check on them, and you can either be doing 100% compounding, you can take profit at 10%, 20%, 50%. Now, they don't really have anything, I think, but above 50% on their take profits. But obviously, if they're creating these vaults, they're looking for people to enter their ecosystem and take profits. Here's one at 80. So you can do an SDAI Spark and take profit at 80% on that one back into USD. So you as you can see, they actually have one even higher than I thought they would have. Now, I haven't been taking advantage of these. I also need to probably take a little bit of look into them, but they have risk grades, they have return amounts. It's just something very cool to have. Now, the other thing that they have launched, which is truly unique to them, is perpetuals. So they have a perpetuals platform. If you don't know what that means, it's basically just leveraged. Leveraged trading. So this platform's been audited by Hacken. You basically take their stable coin SDAI, which is just DAI that's been transferred over from Binance, and you can come here and you can go ahead and trade a couple of these different pairs. Right now they support BTC to USD, ETH to USD, USDC to Pulse, and USD to Hex. So you can short or long any of these tokens. If you shorted Bitcoin recently, like right around here at 69, you lost. If you longed it, you had a win. They're also doing a special sharing platform where if you're using this, you can go ahead and share things automatically out to the web, and they're giving away some money. But if you're not following them and you're not here yet, the point is they've brought DeFi to DeFi. They've brought longing and shorting of some of the major cryptos. The main reason they did this over here on the Pulse chain was because if you wanted to get some exposure to BTC, like let's say you saw this move coming, instead of leaving Pulse, you could have just come here and longed Pulse right around here. Now they support up to 50x leverage, but you could have been more responsible and done something like a 10, and then you could have enjoyed this entire run up. Obviously closing that out whenever you wanted. So this is something I might get into, but I haven't really had much experience with that. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the Spark token. Oh, my chart disappeared on me, so we'll have to set this up again. So this is the Spark token. We have it here on a 4-hour chart since its initial launch, where it went down to like 12 cents, went back up to 15, down to 9, capped out at 22, had a double top there, has come down with a couple pumps, down, all the way to like 3 cents. This is a chart that we're used to for farming tokens. But then they announced their 404 NFTs coming, and now you can see Spark has started to turn around, and now we're up to about 6 cents. One of the things that's going to be kind of interesting with this little guy is just how popular he is and how much of the token they go ahead and get sent into these NFTs, how many people decide to get into the liquidity farming of the new token, because they're going to have a new farm coming out when this launches. Because right now they already have Sparkler sitting here with a whole bunch of coins in Sparkler. Now I've gone over Sparkler in past videos, but basically the idea here is that you stake your tokens into here, and you make returns based on your stake, the amount of time that you have it staked, and on the fact that out of the profits that they make. Now these new NFTs are going to make this even more rewarding. So as you can see here, they have an APR of like 40%. That doesn't look that well, but they're talking about doing a 1-year stake. A 1-day stake is a 29% return, which is kind of funny. But of course, that's yearly. You wouldn't get 29% for the day, but that's what you would get. Like if you did 1-day stakes every day, you would theoretically end up getting a 29% day return. If you do a 1-year stake, you get a 40% return. They say if you're doing a 10-year stake, your APR is going to be 143% per year on that. And that's based on, just like Hex, the bigger your stake and the longer your stake, the more shares you get and the more earnings that come back your way. Now, if you come here and you look at my first stakes, now when I was first in this, I was doing like 10-day stakes, 20-day stakes. Then I learned the magic of being one of the 3650 squad and staking these tokens for 365 days, or basically 10 years, and getting that 400% bonus. I mean, this might seem silly. I staked like 18 Spark. That's worth $1.22, but I've yielded $1.54 off of that, and I still have thousands of days where I'm going to continue to get a higher return on that little investment. And it's basing it off of today's values. If Spark starts to go up, then this earnings number is just going to go up, and this amount invested is going to go up. So since you get paid out in Spark and Pulse, and you invest Spark, all of these kind of adjust to where they're at. But as you can see, this one is in the positive, this one is in the positive, this one is just about to go positive. So I'm looking at that third stake. Now, as you can see, I did a lot of little stakes, and then I did my first kind of bigger stake. This was 500 tokens. And that one is already returned $22 on the 35. So, it's going to take a little bit longer. Each one of these, you can see, this one has 340 days, whereas these ones have like 419. So it'll take some time, but all of these should eventually go into profit and then just go ahead and get me paid back for everything that I put into the Sparkler. Now, I haven't staked anything in about like a month, because I've been saving my Spark for the 404s that were coming. And that's just a decision that I decided I wanted to do. I actually do want to get a much bigger stake into this. As you can see right now, I have a total of about 3,000 tokens staked. I'm not really happy with that number. I'd like that to get a lot higher, but it's just one of those things. It's not as easy to get money into Pulse Chain as I would like, even though they have some great bridge technology. I don't use Arbitrum, and I think I'm just going to have to bite the bullet and start to use it, because it's just not as easy for Americans to get money onto BSC as it used to be, and that's just something I have come to learn. So Arbitrum, you might get my business, just because I want to have some way to bring some money into this ecosystem and get it over here to the Sparkswap system. But hopefully you guys decide to take a look at this. Now, one of the things I wanted to share with you on their Twitter, they're doing a space tomorrow. This is going to be at 4 p.m. It's going to be a launch party and a giveaway of one of the 404 tokens. So if you're not in Pulse at all and you just want to learn more, ask questions, you can go ahead and get here. I'll put this in the description as well, so that you can, just hang out, learn a little bit more about it, and maybe win yourself a 404 token. Of course, you do have to come and you have to like, retweet, and then you have to do a comment where you tag some friends if you want to get into the giveaway. So just make sure that you read the post and that you actually do what they've asked you to do if you want to be there for the giveaway. All right, guys, hopefully you like this quick look at the Sparkswap ecosystem. I have to say, so far this system has kept, treated me very, very well. It may not seem like it, but I've been profit taking the whole time. I started off with like $200 in this farm. Now I have 340. These other tokens, like the EMP ETH one, and the other ones that I've been in, like the Spark Goat. Well, sure, my pulse has gone down, just like everybody else's in the ecosystem. But I basically bought this Goat token. I've been earning Spark token. I've been able to, do these other things, so that I'm earning off of all of this other liquidity that I've moved over to this chain. So I've appreciated it. I would have liked to go bigger, but hey, you know me, I'm recovering from most of my projects being down, and unfortunately from Celsius stealing some of my money. So doing what I can. Thanks, everybody. Bye.